If you want to bolden the text, make it bolder. But if you make it too much, it won't look clean because it's going to become muddled up. So you can either swipe to the left or to the right. You can see it's showing 0% right now. So if you swipe to the left, it increases it. You see the convocation speech is becoming bolder. If you look at the screen now, as I increase it's becoming bolder. But the bolder it's becoming, you can see that the space in E and A is closing up. So we don't know what letters those are. It's no longer looking clean. You can see it's not looking clean. You can see 100. So we don't even know what words these are. So it's better to just do a little bit. So most times I use about 10. Okay, let's use 20. Let me see 20. Alright, 20 is cool. So 20 is okay. For shadow, since it's a black background, it won't show. Shadow is just what it is. If you want your text to have shadow effect, X or Y, depending on where you want the shadows to be, is it below or above, behind, you can navigate all these radars. So if the background was white, we'll have seen the effect better, but since it's just black, let's leave it that way. Maybe when we're working on the real video, we might have that. So let's go to label. Label is, if you've seen some subtitles of certain movies or songs, you realize they are typed in white but placed on a black background for clarity's sake. So this is where you choose that. So I can decide to use just this bounding box here, or this, or this, or this, or this, or this, or this, or this. So anyone you select, and you can look at the colors at the top here and select another color. Now I selected this round one down here. Let me change it to this slanty one. So I can select any color at the top here. So but I don't want, so if you can see, okay, let me do this. Okay, let me use this red. So if you can see right now, you will see that the convocation speech has a shadow. You can see that right now. So let's go back to shadow. Yeah, let me just do that here. So you can see that it's showing a little bit. Let me close back the X and the Y. You see it's plain right now. It's not showing any shadow. So but when you take the X forward, you can see a little shadow. Same as the Y. You can see a little shadow. If you take it backwards, the shadow goes to the left hand side. Same here. You can see it. You can see that right now. So Y is for that's vertical, while X is for the horizontal. So let me just do a little bit. So this one below, I believe it's for the intensity and how much you want it to show. So let's just leave that. For the opacity, how intense do you want your text to show? So if I reduce it, see, it comes faint. So just leave that 100. Sometimes you could reduce it anyway if it's like a subtitle and you don't want that red to pop out. So you can just reduce it to maybe 60 or something. So go back to label, cancel. I don't want any label. So I told you this white background with the red on it means cancel. So I don't want any label. So now you can press your your check at the right hand side of this whole stuff. Check. And check here as well. So we have something on our screen already. So let me play. Master presents convocation speech. So now I didn't do one more thing for this convocation speech. Let's go back to text. Select it, edit. The last thing. Oh, okay. So for transition, the AA I said stands for the font. If you want to change the font, so like I said, if you are working on a professional video, you need to use fonts that are professional. So these are some of the fonts that I have. So what you can do, you can go online, go on Google or any search engine and look for fonts online. Just look for free fonts. Free fonts. Just type it on Google, free font download. You get fonts just anywhere. So once you download them, most of the time they're always encoded in zip folders. So you unzip them, you extract them, and then make them available. Make the files available on your phone. And when they're available on your phone, when you come to this option here of the font, if you look at the right hand side, you will see two icons. The first one looks like a bag. That's for shopping if you want to buy font. While the second one has an arrow facing down, that means download. So if you click that one facing down, it takes you to your phone memory. So if you have fonts that you have downloaded, you can just select them like this, select, and then it automatically displays inside the InShot app. So that is how I have all these fonts here. So convocation speech is what font is that? What font is that? Okay, that's Roboto medium. If I click the one above it, you see. So but I want something professional, so I'll just stick with this. So for the one beside it, I said alignment. So it's on size 18. That's the size of the text. I can increase it to 31, but it's out of my screen. So let's just leave it at 18. 18, all right. Then the one below, if you want to make it wider, too wide, it's okay like this. And this, if you have typed something into two lines, for example, if I have below convocation speech another thing, okay, let me type something else on the right. You can see that's what the last one is for. Space in between lines. If you look just above it, you will see alignment, center alignment, left alignment, right alignment. 3 lines just above here. This is center alignment, left alignment. You look at the screen, the convocation under has gone to the left. The other one here, right alignment. So most times center is the best. So let's delete convocation underneath that. So the last one is transition effect. You can see this button flying up and down here. That's the 5th one. So once you select that, it shows you the transition effect for this text. So I told you earlier that if you purchase the app fully, there are more options for this transition. But these are just the basic ones, and I think they are okay, they're enough. So the first one, it appears on the screen, it disappears. Second one, zooms out. Third one, zooms in and disappears. Right. Slide in from the right, slide out. Slide in from the left, slide out to the left. Slide down from the top, slide down out. Opposite it too. Then fade in from the right, fade out to the right. Fade in from the left, fade in from above, fade out downwards. Last one, fade in upwards, fade out upwards. So let's go for fade in from the right to left. So this green radar at the top here, underneath the convocation switch you're looking at, is for the length of time it takes to display like this. So you can either reduce it or increase it. So I've increased it to the highest so that it doesn't rush. So check if you want to. So for the ones below it, loop if you want to add some other effects. Then the radar here is for controlling the speed and the length of time. The speed and how soon the loop happens. Second one goes like this. 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 And finally this light effect. So but I don't need loop. Let's just stick with this. Check. So we already have the second intro. Exactly. So we'll be going into the video proper now.